Good night, Mrs. O'Sullivan, and see you at Christmas Mass tomorrow. Thank God. Mrs. O'Donoghue, really? There is no need... Well. And a very happy Christmas to you. Come on in.
Fractured. A family, a nation, a dream. Christmas, 1920.
Happy Christmas, Mrs. O'Sullivan. Oh, happy Christmas, Mrs. Kilbride. Ah, Mrs. Barry, a favour, if I may.
Of course, Father.
It's a little tricky. I have an Italian priest staying with me since last night, unexpectedly. I've nothing in the house for him, and I know he'd love a proper cooked Irish Christmas dinner. Aren't you just the woman to give it to him?
Me? But
I couldn't help overhearing, Father. Sure, why don't you just ask me? We're doing turkey this year, and no offence, Brigid, but the Barrys tend to have goose.
I'd be delighted, Father. Tell him come around 3. Oh, Mr. Dooley. A word, please.
Hello, Mrs. Barry.
Hello. I've been waiting to speak to you since... Anyway, I didn't see you, and I feel I need to apologise.
No need. Let bygones be bygones and all that. How's the young lad? Joseph says he's gone very quiet in himself.
Yeah. He's angry too over it, as he should be, I suppose. Anyway, I'm sorry. I should never have... Happy Christmas, Mr. Dooley.
And to you, Mrs. Barry.
Mary, Donica came home from his studies in UCD last night. He wondered if Sissy might be about.
Sissy?
Yes. He was saying there was something he wanted to give her.
I know what he'd like to give her.
Do you, Tomas? I imagine it's just passing on something he got from someone else.
Most likely, Auntie Anne.
Bridget, over here.
I hope she's not going to talk to Tom and Betty Dwyer, Joseph. Oh, good. She's avoided them. I don't know how they have the nerve to show their faces at Mass.
I don't know how they do it either, Auntie Anne.
Let's leave the politics for today. Mary, Tomas, let's drag your mother away from Mrs. O'Sullivan, or there'll be no dinner made.
You'll have to put on a fine show today, what with your Italian visitor.
What?
I let Brigid fill you in. I hope he likes goose. Excuse me. Hello. Merry Christmas.
All right. I was only seeing if they were done yet.
I'll tell you what's done. You're done, the both of ye. We've a priest coming, so out of me kitchen.
I don't know why you agreed.
Because I wasn't having your sister and her turkey lording it over us, that's why. Out.
Did you get anything?
Got the taste of a carrot is all. You?
I sneaked a spoon into the stuffing.
Oh, I love Mammy's stuffing. I think that's probably my favourite bit of Christmas dinner.
Hey, and what about the goose?
Oh, the goose is lovely, but the stuffing... Sean loved the stuffing.
I hope wherever he is that he's a nice dinner to go to.
They look after the lads in the safe houses. He'll be grand, Daddy.
Aye, God is good. Would you like a drop of whiskey, Tomas? The good stuff. To toast him.
Oh, I don't know. Mammy.
For the day that's in it.
Careful now. Not too much. That costs a fair penny.
Sure, it's grand. Here, take that now. To Sean and 1921 and...
Tomas!
Yes, Mammy?
Make sure all the plates are the same. Use the ones on the top shelf.
Aye.
To the new year of 1921, may it be the year we get our freedom and peace at last. And...
Joseph!
Yes, Brigid.
Put away that drink.
Down the hatch. Quick, Tomas. Oh, God, that's powerful stuff.
That's mighty.
That's him. Tomas, tuck your shirt in for God's sake. Were you born in a barn, Mary? Take that lipstick off.
Mammy.
He's a priest. He doesn't need you flaunting your lips in front of him. Moll, you look lovely. Joseph, get the door.
A minute, Father. I'm coming.
Hello. I just wanted to wish you all a very happy Christmas. What's the matter? You all look like mannequins.
We were expecting someone else, Maggie. An Italian priest, a friend of Father Dempsey.
A friend of Father Dempsey? Oh, you must have that wrong. Sure, the father would have told me. There's not a thing he doesn't tell me. And if he was having a priest friend to stay...
It might have been just last minute. Now, if you wouldn't mind, we...
Did he say what this priest's name was? I never heard of an Italian friend. There was one chap now, a French chap. I caught him swigging back the altar wine like there's no tomorrow. They drink an awful lot of wine in Europe, you know, Mrs. Barry. Savages, but not as savage as here. How's your ankle, Tomas?
Well, it's not too bad now.
After they riddling everyone with bullets up in Croke Park. Did you ever think you'd hear the likes of Joseph? And the men shot all over the place and the blood everywhere, running in the gutters.
Yeah, it's a terrible state of affairs, all right, Mrs. O'Donoghue.
There was one big, huge fella, 7 foot tall he was, I heard. And didn't he get shot clean through the neck, I heard, so that his veins were burst and the blood pumping out all over the place. Oh, shocking altogether.
Yes.
And didn't he fall with the loss of blood on top of this little fella from Nina, Jimmy something, and he only 5 foot tall himself. Clean broke his neck, so he did, and drove him straight into the ground like a nail under a hammer. They had to dig him out, he'd gone in so far.
Mary, will you bring Moll into the kitchen? Now, Mrs. O'Donoghue.
Sure, he was only 4'6" after. It's true, I heard it. Another fella, big bullets the soldiers were using, could rip through 3 men's guts and out the other side. Except this other fella now was a big lad, big thick skull in him, probably a boxer, and the bullet went through 2 men in front of him and got lodged in that same big thick skull.
Now, I don't know if you should be talking about things like that.
Oh, but that's the thing. He's all right now. A miracle. They had to leave the bullet in him, but it didn't do him any harm. Well, except he can't blink his left eye now, so everyone thinks he's winking at them, and they don't believe a word he says anymore.
Right so, Maggie.
Isn't that shocking? The British Army taking away a man's good standing in the community.
We're expecting this priest any time now. So
I'd love to meet him, Joseph. But sure, I have to get the dinner on for the father. I could have cooked for the Italian, but sure, maybe the father didn't want to put me to that trouble. So, happy Christmas to y'all. Happy Christmas.
Are you all right, son? She shouldn't have gone on like that about the shootings.
I'm grand.
Are you sure?
I'm all right, Mammy.
All the same, it's... Mary! Moll, he's here! Joseph, door!
Coming, Father.
Please, before you open, will you allow me an old Italiana custom? Please bow your heads before I enter and bless this house.
Right so.
Tomas, behave yourself. It's a man of God.
I bless this house in the name of the Father and of the prodigal son.
Sean! Sean, my darling boy, it's you!
Hello, Mammy.
Are you a priest now, Sean?
Nearly, Molly. I'm just pretending at the moment.
You look funny.
And so do you. You're getting big since I last saw you.
Are you all right, Sean? Have they been feeding you at all?
I'm grand, Mammy. Yes, they've been feeding me. I'm well able to feed myself too, you know.
Well, I don't know, but you look awful thin under those vestments. Wait till we get a big dinner into you.
That must be why the priests and the nuns wear black. They say it's very slimming. Isn't that right, Mary?
Tell that to Father O'Rourke above. Can barely fit through the door.
How are you, Tomas?
It's really good to see you, Sean.
Right so, this calls for a celebration. Tomas, get down that dusty bottle of expensive whiskey and we'll have ourselves a toast.
The one nobody's touched in years.
That's the one.
What about me?
What about you?
Tomas, a port for Mary and one for your mother. A toast to Sean.
To
Sean.
To me.
I'll get the bin for you, Mammy.
Shit. Christ.
Hello? Anyone here? Bloody cat. Out! Christ.
I know Mammy has banned politics for today, Tomas, but how are you after...
The massacre. Because that's what it was. I'm how you would expect, I suppose. Bastards.
Must have been tough. You'll get your chance for payback, don't worry about that.
Good. There's been loads of arrests since you were gone, Sean. The day after Croke Park they picked up Tom Harris and a few others from Nace.
I know. And Colgan too.
Yeah, that was a blow. You stay safe, do you hear?
No better man. Right. Let's get back or Mammy will send out a search party. So, where is the sweets for the priest?
Sean Barry home for Christmas.
Are you planning on hiding out in Father Dempsey's for a few more days, Sean?
No, Mammy. It'd be too risky. In fact, I better leave now. The father has arranged for me to go back to Dublin with a friend of his.
Oh, stay another while. It's only been a few hours.
I wish I could, but it's not safe.
Well, promise you won't use that awful Italian accent when you're talking to the Tans. That'll get you found out, so it will.
Sure, they wouldn't know an Italian any better than we would. Tell you what I'll do. I'll pretend I'm from Kerry looking for the parochial house. And sure, they can't understand me at all then and let me on my way. I'm terribly sorry, officer, but is there any way you could show me the way to the residence of the Archbishop of the Monastery himself, the blessing of God and all his holy saints on you?
You sound like one of those machine guns they have.
As long as they don't use one to answer me, I'll be grand. I really have to go. Come here, Mammy. That was the nicest dinner I ever had.
And you were the nicest present I ever had, son.
Check that out, Tomas.
It's just Dwyer's cat in around the crates.
You never know. Needs to keep on your toes. I really better go. Bye, Mary.
Promise you'll keep safe. Promise.
I will. Sure, who'd you have to fight with if I was gone? Tomas.
Make sure you keep that promise to Mary.
I will. See you soon, Molly May. I'll bring a present from Dublin next time.
I love you, Sean.
And I love you too and your cute little face. Daddy, thanks for the whiskey.
Anytime, Sean. Just keep in touch.
Mammy?
Go. Go before I try and stop you.
All right. Arrivederci.
What the hell does that mean?
What?
That thing he said.
Oh, goodbye, I think. In Italian.
Until we meet again.
Until we meet again. Well, I hope he's not Italian the next time we see him. Right, let's tidy this all away.
Can we not have a break first?
If you're a volunteer for a bit of washing up. Mary, take the bin out to the yard. Joseph, come with me. Moll, you run up and get ready for bed.
Mary!
Jesus! You put the heart crossways in me. What are you doing here?
Freezing myself mainly. And that feckin' cat from next door.
I asked you what you're doing here.
I came to talk, Mary. I do see you down the town and you won't look at me ever since...
Ever since the time you came to arrest my brother.
That was my job. I told you that. I had no idea who he was.
He's not a bad lad, Joe.
And neither am I.
So you say. What is it you want?
You, Mary. There's a lad in the barracks. Stiff, he was a soldier in the war. And he was saying that the trenches were always quiet on Christmas Day. There was a truce between the English and the Germans. Can we have a truce?
For Christmas Day?
For always. I have a present for you. Open it. It's a book of old Irish legends. I know you love them.
Aye, I do.
These are about Ireland in a simpler time, with simpler ways. It's about where we all come from, no matter what we believe in now.
You old romantic.
Just pretend I'm Diarmid and you're Grania.
I don't think that ends very well for them.
Maybe. But they loved each other and that's all that matters.
How long were you practicing that speech?
About 2 days.
I've missed you.
I've missed you. Saw you had a priest over.
Aye, a friend of Father Dempsey's.
There's a few rogue ones going around, I've heard. But then it is Christmas, and no family should be apart on Christmas Day.
No.
Mary, have you emptied the bin? We need it in here.
Hide, quick. Just coming.
I thought I heard voices.
No, Now, here's the...
Where did you get the book?
Oh, this? Sorry. When you said voices, I didn't think you meant Sissy. She gave me this.
It's not like Sissy to be into books.
It's Irish myths and legends. Full of people getting into all sorts of mischief. Excuse me.
I meant to say earlier, Mary, your hair is lovely like that. Please don't do anything that might ruin it.
Fractured is a Down at Heel production. All episodes were written by Joe Bergin, Brendan Farrell, Claire Joyce and Martina Riley. Sound engineer is Brendan Farrell. Fractured is supported by Kildare County Council through a bursary from Creative Ireland. It is also supported by the County Kildare Decade of Commemorations programme and the Department of Tourism, Culture, Arts, Gaeltacht, Sport and Media under the Decade of Centenary 2012